Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 3.3. Here's your objective. I will be able to multiply decimals by whole numbers. Now right now you're probably not even paying attention to the lesson yet because you're probably wondering, does Mr. Murphy own another outfit? Does he only wear the same clothes? Does he shower? Well, to answer those questions, I'm filming these first 3 lessons of this unit in the same morning. Okay, so I'm on lesson 3. And so I've only had these clothes on for a couple of hours, okay? So here we go. Anyways, objective again, I'll be able to multiply decimals by whole numbers. So you're going to do something like this. All right, 14 and 4/10 times 2, whole number and a decimal number. Let's jump right in. All right, but remember when we added and subtracted decimals, for me a couple hours ago, for you a couple days ago? We had to line up the decimal point. Well, multiplying decimals is totally different. All right, so we got to get that out of our head for multiplying. We do not want to line up decimals or even have the decimal in there. We want to add it later on. I'll show you what I mean. So my first example here is I have 4 times 83 hundredths. I'm going to treat that as just 83 times 4. And you might be wondering, why did I put the smaller number on top? What I want you to do is put the number with the most digits on the top, okay? The least digits on the bottom. So even though 4 is a bigger number, 83 has 2 digits, 1, 2, the tenths and the hundredths, and 4 only has 1 digit. So I'm going to treat it as 83.4 and watch what happens. I do 4 times 3 equals 12. 8 times 4 equals 32 plus 1 equals 33. Alright, so my answer is not going to be 332 because if I left it as 332, let's just estimate like we did last lesson. This is going to be close, the nearest whole number is going to be 1. What's 4 times 1? 4. So my answer's got to be close to 4. It's going to be less than 4. Alright, so 332 is way too big. Now here's what I want you to do. Count how many place value spots were to the right of all of our decimals. I only have 1 decimal. Okay, when we start multiplying decimals by decimals, you'll have 2 decimals. But I have 1 spot and 2 spots. So I'm going to put my decimal point right there because this is 332 for now. And I'm going to move it to the left 2 spots. 1, 2. And there we go. So my actual answer is 3 and 32 hundredths. If you're a little confused, we're going to do a couple more examples. But all I basically did there is I ignored my decimal and then I put it back in with how many place value spots I had. So if I want to do it a little differently, I could have just said there's 2 decimal spots there. So I move it over, 1, 2, and place it right there. And there you go. Okay? Let's try a couple of examples. You can always take notes in your notebook. That's always a good thing. Alright, so put the number with the most digits on top. Not the highest number, most digits. We talked about that on the page before, so we should be good to go here. My example is 3 times 1 and 42 hundredths. Well, this one has 3 digits, so I'm going to put that on top. Alright, let's pretend my decimal was there for now. Let's put it on there. And this one only has 1 digit, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. But I want to ignore my decimal for now. Just ignore it. We'll worry about it later. Let's be a little lazy today. Let's ignore it and do it later on, just like you guys do your chores. Okay, so here we go. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 4 equals 12. And 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. So my answer is 426. No way. Because if I round that to the nearest whole number, it would be 3 times 1, which would equal 3. My answer's got to be close to 3, but probably above 3. And you're already seeing probably what the answer is going to be. How many place value spots did I have? This is an arrow. I can't really see that too well, but that's an arrow. I'll draw it a little better. I had 2 place value spots, none on this number, so I have to move my decimal starting from the end, 2 spots, 1, 2. And I could rewrite it over here if I want to because I drew an arrow for some reason. And I have 4 and 26 hundredths. All right? We're getting it now. I could see through the screen that you guys are sort of getting this. Maybe you need one more example. I don't know. Let's see. Do I have one? Oh, I do, but we're going to add a little wrinkle in here. We're going to annex zeros. You probably remember this from 5th grade. Let's see. All right, so I already set it up for myself. 2 times 18 thousandths. All right, so this is a real small number. If I were to round this to the nearest whole number, it'd be 0. All right, so can't really round this because 2 times 0 is 0. So my answer will be close to 0, but it's going to be definitely above it. All right, so I'm going, which one has the most digits? We're going to ignore these zeros for now. 2 digits, this one has 1. So my 18 is going to be on top. So it's simply 18 times 2, which we could do it out. 8 times 2 equals 16. 2 times 1 equals 2 plus 1 equals 3. So my answer is 36. Many of you should be able to do 18 times 2 in your head at this point. I couldn't right now. Maybe I could. So my answer is not 36, because remember, it's going to be close to 0. Let's count how many numbers, how many place value spots I had to the right of the decimal. 1, 2, 3. Okay, to the right of the decimal I had 3 spots. This one had no decimals, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to move it 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. I put my decimal there. Uh-oh. Is my answer 36 hundredths? Can't be, because I have a spot here. I'm thinking it's 36 thousandths. Well, what I have to do is annex my 0 into my empty place value spot. Okay? Because I had the empty place value spot, now my answer is 36 thousandths, not 36 hundredths. A lot of times students might do that and just leave it as 36 hundredths. That's not right. No way. All right, I had to annex a 0. We'll try another example with this. You guys could always pause these videos and try these on your own if you want, but don't worry, I'll have some examples for you at the end. All right, so let's rewrite this vertically. Which one has the most digits? 1, 2, 1. So my 12 is going to go on top, and it's just 12 times 4. And we can count by 12s. 12, 24, 36, 48. So my answer is going to be 48. Well, not my answer yet. All right. I have to count how many place value spots to the right of my decimals that I have. And I have 1, 2, 3. I have none on this number. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Place my decimal point. That is not 48 hundredths, because I have to fill in my place value spot right there. So it's actually 48 thousandths is the answer, and I could I almost did a boo-boo there. I could rewrite my answer as 48 thousandths right there. Okay? Now I think it's time for you guys to open up your notebooks if you haven't done so already and try these 3 problems. 52 hundredths times 3, 5 times 9 hundredths, and 4 times 27 thousandths. You're going to have to annex at least on one of these. I think just one of them. We'll find out tomorrow. All right, make sure you annex your 0 where you need to. Make sure you write them vertically. Once again, I will start the first problem for you. Which one has the most digits? You're right, the 52 times 3. All right, we're going to ignore the decimal for now. We'll solve that out. Once you get your almost answer, you'll see that you have 2 place value spots to move your decimal and put it in there. You guys can do it. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.